All right, guys. So, welcome back. Today, we're going to be talking about something we've spoken about before: Tom Aspinall versus John Jones. Dana White, a few weeks ago, I think it was a week or two back, he said that 100%, I think he said in 2025, Tom Aspinall and John Jones will be fighting. And it's nice to hear that. Now, do I completely trust it? No, because how many times have we heard Conor McGregor is going to fight this year and this year and this year, and he has not shown up? So I don't know if John Jones is going to take this fight. I don't know if John Jones is going to fight anymore. I don't know if he's actually going to do it. But for now, I'm willing to take Dana White on his word. I'm willing to believe him, mostly because I really want the fight to happen. After watching John Jones against Stipe, I think John still has it. He's still super slick with the grappling. He's still super creative. His striking is still very good. He's not as slow as I thought he was after watching the Gone fight. And I just think he's still a really good fighter. He's maybe a bit slower now, especially because he's at heavyweight, and the age definitely slows you down a bit, but he still hits hard. He's still very technical, and he mixes it up to the body really nicely too. And with Aspinall, I'm super high on Aspinall. I think he's one of the best to ever do it at heavyweight, and I think he's going to prove that as the years go on. It's a little early to be calling him anything near the GOAT at heavyweight, but I think he's going to get that title eventually. I think that whether he beats John or not, he's going to stay because he's still young. He's going to continue. He's going to keep cleaning out the division. And I think he will eventually be considered a GOAT. Maybe not the greatest of all time at heavyweight, but one of, and then possibly the greatest. We'll see. So for this fight, I don't know how it's going to play out. My main question is, can Tom do five? Can he do 5 rounds? Can he do 25 minutes with John Jones? Because with Jones, we know for a fact he can do 5 rounds. We know for a fact he's not going to get tired. We know for a fact that he can compete all 25 minutes and win fights because he's never lost, not counting the DQ loss. With Tommy, he doesn't get extended. I don't even think he's left the second round in the UFC, if I'm not mistaken. And that's going to be a big thing, because if John can survive the early onslaughts of Tom, because Tom is really dangerous early, he's really fast, he's really powerful, and he's a great grappler in his own right. But if he slows down, if the fight gets extended, John can take advantage, and John will take advantage. Now, to see Tom actually being taken down, you have to go pretty far back, but he has been out grappled in the past. Since then, I would say that his offensive wrestling has developed a lot. He's a really good offensive wrestler. He's a really, really slick with the jiu-jitsu. I believe he's a jiu-jitsu coach in his gym, or he was back in the day, a few years back. I remember when he debuted against Collier, that was something that I noted, that he was a jiu-jitsu coach. So it's going to be really interesting. To me, it really comes down to whether Tom can keep his game going for 5 rounds. Because if he can, I think the youth, the speed, the power, and just being the natural heavyweight are going to favor Tom. But I also struggle to kind of see him dominate John. I don't really think he's going to knock out John. I don't really think he's going to submit John. So to win the fight, he's got to beat him over 25 minutes. And that seems like a tough ask, especially not really knowing what Tom's going to look like in terms of defensive grappling. I don't really know what that'll look like. And if it's not up to par, Jones might just throw him around, because he threw around Stipe, and Stipe's a really good wrestler. Yes, Stipe's like 40-something years old now, certainly not what he used to be, but the skill should still be there. And John was able to really take advantage of him, was really able to out-grapple him. And I feel like his takedown defense is really good, John. So it's going to be hard for Tom to get him down. Is Tom going to gas trying to get him down? Those are all questions I have. So for me, I don't really know who's going to win. I'm going to wait and see what the lines look like. If either guy is like disrespected and is a big underdog, I'd be pretty happy taking them, because I think either guy could win. I think it's a pretty close fight, even though John is older. I think John could still win, and he shouldn't be a big underdog. But I also don't think Tom Aspinall should be a big underdog. If they open this around pick'em, I'll probably stay away, because to me that seems accurate with all the questions I have. But if either guy's a big underdog, I'd be interested there. Should be a really fun fight, and one that I'm really looking forward to. I'm glad that Dana White confirmed that it's happening. I just don't know, like, what's the order, right? Is he saying it's happening next? Is he saying that Aspinall might fight someone else first with his interim belt and then fight John? I don't know if this has ever even happened, where there's an active champ fighting, but the interim champ is just defending against other guys instead of fighting the champion. I don't know if that's ever happened to this extent, but we'll see. I do believe Dana for now. Not always the best to trust what he says right away, but I do think he's trying to make this fight, because it's a really big fight with a lot of hype behind it. And I think he does want to make it happen. And all of us fans want it to happen. So hopefully we get to see it. Thank you guys for tuning in.